Hi, welcome to another edition of Stew's News. As we've said over the last couple of months, we've been chatting to local pool certifier, we've had building inspector Joe, and this week we've got Chris Lahillier from Combat Pest Control talking about what he's going to be looking for when he does that inspection for the buyer when they're purchasing their new home, and also some tips for sellers who should be taking advantage of getting inspections prior to putting their home on the market. I'd like to welcome Chris to Stew's News. Welcome, Chris, to Stew's News, mate. I know you're a little nervous, but mate, what we're here is to get your insight into what you know about, termites and wood rot and all those nasty things which can be, I suppose, hidden from buyers and also sellers, and you sort of taking that myth and just giving some really good points on what you look for and how you discuss issues with buyers when they're looking to purchase a home. Yeah. So we're here at a house in Laurelton which we've just got under contract, and Chris has actually done the pest inspection on this one. And Chris is really thorough, and I always say it to buyers, and I say it about Chris is that he will find the issues, but he'll also talk to the buyers about what the issue is and how that issue can be rectified. And as we've spoke about earlier, it's always good for a seller to get an inspection before they even go on the market, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Then you find out all the hidden traps and things like that with the house. If there is any issues, you can, if there's small issues, you can rectify them straight away.
Yeah, that's it. It's always a scary thought when you think you've sold your home, you get Chris or Joe, the building inspector, or one of the local guys in, and they basically find all those issues with your home. It's always really good to find that sort of situation out beforehand, and Chris is going to run through, I suppose, the process and what he looks for, and just some tips on preparing your home for sale as well. Let's have a look around the home. So we're here looking at, I suppose, the outside ground level, Chris, and can you tell us sort of what you're thinking there?
Yeah, look, it's a little bit high. We've got this has been an extension on the back of the property. It's got termite mesh, which is down here where the damp course is. And with physical barriers, they need to be 75 mil above the ground level. And when it starts getting a bit high like this, it's easy for termites to conceal themselves in, like a bit of grass here, and go in behind there and straight into the property.
So the ideal scenario would be just probably to dig that down a little bit lower, so you've got about that much of the brick exposed.
Yes.
Then you're going to have that, I suppose, visible barrier there as well.
Yep.
We'll go and have a look at another spot in the house which actually shows you how it's set up right.
Yeah, so we're at the front of the building here. We've got the garden which is up against the house, which is not ideal. And in the garden's obviously wood chips, and then obviously termites love the wood chips. It actually attracts the termites. Ideally, but what we've got here, we've got the weep holes, which is a nice brick height above the garden, and weep holes are designed for airflow, to get air going up inside the wall. Helps to dry out the wall. When you get a lot of rain, the bricks are porous, they soak the moisture in, and then the water runs down the inside of the wall and comes out the weep holes. And then obviously the airflow goes up and dries all that out, so it stops getting mould inside your house.
We're just inside the home now, and Chris is going to point out the key things that he sort of sees that become issues in a home. What are they, Chris?
Mainly leaking showers is one. A lot of people don't realise that they've got leaky showers, especially when you've got hallway cupboards and things like that back up onto the shower. A lot of people will store things at the bottom there and not pull anything out. And when we come along and we do our inspection, we obviously pull those things out, and then obviously it's pretty obvious that the shower has been leaking in some cases, other cases it's not. But yeah, definitely very important to get an inspection done prior to selling.
And also mould is probably another issue in this climate at the moment. So
definitely, yes.
People definitely need to keep their windows open and get some air flowing through the house rather than locking it up like a dark cave, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely, yes. Yeah. That's one issue, yeah.
So how do you check for water leaks and high moisture readings and things like that?
Yeah, we've got a moisture meter which we use on all the walls, and we also use a knocker which we go around on the skirting boards and the architraves. Now the knocker's just to make sure that the timbers are all solid, that it hasn't been termites in the past. And with the moisture meter, it'll pick up water leaks, it'll pick up metal strapping, it'll also pick up termites. And obviously if we get a high moisture reading, we've got to determine what it actually is. Whether it is a water leak, whether it is termites, God forbid, or whether it's just a bit of metal strapping which is behind the wall.
Yeah. And I've seen you use a torch around all the walls and cornices and things. What are you looking for there?
Looking for water stains, imperfections in the wall, mould as well, and that. So obviously it's a damp area. There's mould in the walls or on the ceiling. They had poor ventilation straight away.
Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, I suppose they're the key things that we've talked about. You've got your termites from the outside. You've got wood rot, which we didn't sort of look at outside because this home's really good for it. It doesn't have any wood rot issues. You normally find that in fences and fascia boards and things like that.
Yep.
Leaking showers, and then evidence of mould as well. So Chris has got some good information on how to, prevent your home from getting termites, and is happy to, we're happy to pass that on for him. And also, what's a pest inspection cost each year, mate?
165.
So that's cheap. You've got a house that's worth $300,000 or $400,000, and it's $165 to make sure you don't have any major issues. So, yeah, I think it's a very, very worthwhile thing to get your annual inspections, and definitely, getting your inspections of Chris before you go on the market, just to make sure you haven't got any problems at all. Chris, thanks for joining us, mate. We really appreciate it. I know you're a little nervous, but you've done really well.
Thank you.
Till next month, we look forward to talking to you then. Thanks very much.